everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report in Los Angeles, and I'm so excited to welcome Lauren Michael Sellers from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Lauren, how are you doing?
Thank you for having me, Hillary. I'm doing great. Doing great. It's a little chilly here in Nashville, but doing awesome.
It's a little chilly here in LA, but I'll tell you what was hot. Your three-way knockout with Danny Joseph and Tate Renner for Team Reba. It was fantastic. And your performance of Hold On to Me brought the Queen of Country to tears. What was it like being on stage with your teammates and waiting for Reba to make her decision?
It was absolutely gut-wrenching because I love those boys so much. They're like my brothers, and they are both incredibly talented young men. Um, and so I think for me, it was like I was proud no matter what happened because I wanted us to win as a group. But waiting for her to make that deliberation was painful. I was like, please, God, I think you probably see me on camera go and breathe out because I was like, okay, here we go. I mean, and so when she made her deliberations, I think I almost probably passed out. I was like, what? Okay, thank you.
Well, it was a great outcome. And I also want to hear what it was like working with your mega mentor, Jennifer Hudson, to fine tune the elements of your performance.
I know. Well, one, it was such an honor to win that knockout, especially against those boys, and then to work with both Reba and Jennifer Hudson, the EGOT, um, was immensely valuable. I mean, invaluable only. I mean, she literally she didn't have many notes for me, which absolutely was gobsmacking to me because she, in my eyes, is probably one of the best performers, just like Reba on the planet, and has been for decades. So to have that kind of feedback was just a mind blowing, again, surreal. And her comment, I think, was mostly the fact that she was like, continue, just like Reba had said, to channel the emotionality. That's what will get you through every time. It's not the perfection. It's not the being vocally agile even all the time or showing off all the things you can do vocally, but it's can you emote and in a way that's really authentic and it connects with other people. And I think again, I'll never ever forget that. So
Well, Reba has been your biggest supporter from the very beginning. She's called you ferocious and determined. And of course, you two have the redhead bond. But what are some of the most important things you've learned from working on Team Reba?
I think exactly what we just talked about, but even deeper is that it's not about being perfect. It's not about um trying to fake it. It's about really tapping into knowing who you are and telling a story that connects with other people, but that is also truly a part of your story. Be honest, be vulnerable, make it cost something. And when you start losing your way, as she said, I think during my battle round, she was like, look for the exit signs. When you feel like you're losing it, look up and kind of get yourself a dose of reality and then come right back in. So I don't know. Everything she's ever given me, I don't know that I'll ever be able to forget because she quite literally is my one of my main idols. So yeah.
Let's rewind to your blind audition. And that's when Gwen and Michael turned around really quickly, followed by Reba and then Snoop at the very end of your performance of Oceans. What was that experience like for you?
I tell people all the time, they're like, how'd that feel? I feel like I was very disassociated in the sense of like where you're like outside of your body looking down at yourself doing these things. I really truly was just so in awe that this was happening, that I one was on this stage singing music that I love, but also that I was in front of these mega icons. I think I was outside of my body, truly. And then when they started turning, I remember praying before I went on stage and was like, God, we just need one chair. I don't care who it is, we're going for it. And so when they started turning, I was just, I think, completely elated. I was like, okay, I've won. I feel like I've already won, and we're just getting started. And I was deeply honored by the fact that Gwen felt so passionately about the song I was singing, and I really didn't know that about her faith. So it was very beautiful for me to see. She made it hard for me to go with who I always had said I was going with. because she did make such a good argument. And then Michael was so absolutely complimentary and so authentic and genuine with his feedback. And then Snoop just always, because he's just Snoop, he always just kills you. I didn't think he would turn. So honestly, when he did, and it was so last minute, I remember thinking, I have 3 chairs. Amazing. But then when he did it, I was like, wait, do I have 4 chairs or is it too late? Like, is it too late to have 3 chairs? And then, of course, his funny quips about I had to turn before Jesus left the room. I don't know. It was the best day of my life, I think.
No, it was so great. And speaking about Snoop, during your battle with Cray Reed, Snoop actually picked you,
I
and
know.
he's rarely stated a choice. He's become famous for that this season.
I know. I love that.
So, what has the support of all the coaches meant to you, and also your newfound fans that you've gained?
For me, I think it is the best validation that you can ever receive to have your idols, these huge celebrities that have made careers and monumental livings out of the things you want to do, to tell you, one, that you're doing a good job, but also like, hey, I choose you. Like, I believe in you. And I think that is just groundbreaking for me because I struggle believing in myself most days, in most moments, just like every other, I think, regular human being. So for me, to hear that was the validation of I'm not doing something wrong. I'm actually doing the first thing I have done right in a while. So I feel like I think that was the biggest blessing for me. And also the fact that, yeah, like you said, he did honestly throughout this whole competition, he has chosen me um the whole time I've competed during my rounds. And it's just been such an immense honor that he would go from being so diplomatic to being like, no, I think her. And I think that's just,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever thank him enough. I wish I could talk to him one day and be like, I just need you to know that you seeing me for me was just changed my life. Thank you.
Oh, well, I hope you'll be able to do that soon. And Lauren Michael, I want to thank you for taking time out to be with me on Hillary's Happy Hour. I want to wrap up by lifting a toast to you and your continued success on The Voice.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me. Truly.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.